The day is Wednesday, 24th October 1962, the ninth day of what will become known as the Cuban Missile Crisis. In a stunning diplomatic victory, the United States has the previous day managed to get the Organization of American States to agree unanimously to endorse the American blockade of Cuba, which is being called a quarantine, so as to avoid the term blockade, which is legally an act of war. Never before has the OAS ever unanimously agreed on anything. Chairman Khrushchev of the Soviet Union has replied to Kennedy's letter, stating, quote, "You, Mr. President, are not declaring a quarantine, but rather are setting forth an ultimatum and threatening that if we do not give in to your demands, you will use force. Consider what you are saying, and you want to persuade me to agree to this. What would it mean to agree to these demands? It would mean guiding oneself and one's relations with other countries not by reason, but by submitting to arbitrariness. You are no longer appealing to reason, but wish to intimidate us." Diplomatically, the US and Russia seem to be heading to a stalemate, which would only be resolved on the high seas. The blockade of Cuba has now taken effect, and U.S. naval forces begin to stop and inspect Soviet ships approaching Cuba. Tensions between the two countries continue to escalate, and DEFCON 2 remains in place for U.S. strategic forces. The DEFCON warning system, had it been available at this time, would be at DEFCON 2, warning that nuclear war was possible and that the public should be making itself ready should the situation take an expected turn for the worse. This series on the Cuban Missile Crisis is part of the DEFCON warning system's fundraising drive, and we would like to thank those who have donated so far. Without your support, we would not be able to continue our public service, for we are indeed a public service. What we do, we don't do for clicks or publicity. Our job is to make the public aware of and be ready for nuclear disaster. This is not a popular subject, but one in which the prudent foresee and prepare for. If you support our mission, and you have $1 or $2 to spare and would like to make a contribution, please click on the link in the description below for more information. If you would like to support us in other ways, we know how tough these economic times are, then give us a like, subscribe, and leave a comment below. Come to our community forum. We'd love to hear from you. That's where we interact with the public, and you can interact with us. Words of encouragement are just as refreshing to us as monetary contributions, though money does help pay the bills. We do have a server we have to pay for, we do have domain names we have to pay for, and we have equipment we have to pay for. Costs. But we appreciate any support you can give us, monetarily or spiritually. On behalf of the DEFCON warning system, I am Thomas Lonely Wolf, Director, and thank you for watching.